Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are a music producer and you're looking for some cool tricks in Ableton for your sound design, this video might be for you. Alright, let's go. For my first trick, I will show you how to do a tape stop. A lot of people ask me, how do you do a tape stop? Well, in Ableton it's really easy. You take a delay, so just a standard delay with these settings. So you put it on time at minimum, no feedback, no filter, and dry wet at 100%, and you repitch it. I have a really simple sound. And the only thing I need to do the tape stop effect is to automate the time. So just like this. And here it is, you got your tape stop effect. So that's for the first trick. Really easy, really simple, but really effective. Alright, the second trick is a little bit similar to the first one, but it's with an AutoPan. So it's kind of similar and with some variations. So if you take an AutoPan, you have to put the phase at 0, the amount at 100%, and there you can play around with the rate. So kind of similar thing than with the delay, but here we play with an AutoPan. So I think it's a little bit different because it sounds less like a tape stop, but you can play around and you can do some really cool things with that also. Okay, now we can start from this effect and we can turn this effect, for example, in a bass line. So I added a kick drum. You see I played around with the rate here. So I'm using the Moog to do this effect. So if I automate the frequency from the cutoff, I can even make this bass line more pronounced. So if I do something like this, so a sidechain also with the kick. Okay, and from there on you can add a drum bus, some little bit of drive, a little bit of crunch, a little bit of transient. And so on and so on. So you can see sound design is really let your creative process act, and you can do whatever you want if you know how to use the tools and if you know what to do. Another cool trick that I bet you don't know is, did you ever face the situation where you're looking for a kick drum and you can't find the right sound or the sound you are looking for? So I have this example here. But let's say I find it a little bit too aggressive. So what I can do, I can zoom in my sampler, and then I can look for the part that the kick drum is sounding better to my ears. Let's say we take this one. I like this part, so now I add a drum bus, a little bit of drive, a little bit of transient. I trim it a little bit. And you see, from starting from this one, I got a new one. So sometimes it can be really easy. Alright, so now I added a hi-hat and a clap. And let's say I want to make the transition, which I highlighted with a red part here, more interesting. So now I will show you first how it sounds without effects. It's a little bit boring, so we need some variation. So in the red part again, I will play with my cutoff filter, with my automation. And for the AutoPan, I will again automate the rate here. So you can hear it creates some tension. Maybe it's a little bit too much. So we can do the same thing with our kick drum. So I highlight it in blue. So the first thing I will do, I will put EQ around 100. So, and then I will automate the device that it only kicking in the blue part. And then I can add another effect on my kick drum. It's again with a delay. You can just copy these settings and then you can automate the device again that is only kicking in the blue part. And now listen to the difference. Right, now a little bit further in the track I will introduce a open hi-hat. So I need to find a way here also to introduce it properly so that it's not boring and it's just coming out of the blue. So I will use our previous effect that we did. It's like a tape stop. Here I will deactivate the kick. I will use it here, the tape stop on the bass line again. So let's say we do it like this. What you need to do when you do a tape stop is also to automate the device on, because otherwise you're going to hear a weird sound when the tape is kicking in again. So here I automate it like this. And now you hear my open hi-hat is coming in, but the open hi-hat and the closed hi-hat are playing exact the same thing. So what I will do, I will put on my closed hi-hat another delay, but I will automate the dry wet that is only kicking in here when the open hi-hat comes in. You hear it? Also nice to do with the hi-hat when you put a delay on it is to put a compressor so it pumps a little bit, and that sounds also more interesting and you have a better groove. So I put a compressor on it, I sidechain it again with the kick, like this. You hear the difference? So here it is. Okay, so now this area is a little bit empty, so what I will do, I will put some effect, maybe some white noise or something to give more color to that space. Yeah, maybe this one. Okay, let's hear it from the beginning. You know, it's not a real track, it's just to show you the tricks, because this track doesn't sound really nice, but it's just that you understand how to use stock plugins to do some cool tricks in your sound design. Okay, and you can do a lot of tricks using just stock plugins, using automation. So if you want to have more tricks in your music production, also for mixing and mastering, just follow my channel. And thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time.